Hello, my name's Michael Conneely, and this video is all about the new moon of the 21st of March 2023. Now, this new moon of March the 21st has so much power that we need to clearly know what's involved and then choose and strategize. Orientating ourselves to this powerful new moon is best done by consciously putting together the pieces of the jigsaw, and I've identified 5 of them. And having put the pieces together, then becoming the decisive and aware healer of our life. This new moon offers us the chance to walk forward, healed and fuller into our power, if we understand it and handle it right. There are actually 5 pieces of the jigsaw that we need to understand and order and select from if we are to respond to the wonderful opening that is offered now by this March new moon. And as usual with my lunations videos, there is a separate vision journey video. That's for those who feel that the picture of the energies really comes more alive when they do a vision journey to see those energies and make decisions from the vision that appears. By the way, you can see the Western and Vedic astrology charts for this new moon on my Star Wheel Astrology website, the March 2023 charts page. And as usual, there's a blog to go with this video. And if you want a reading from me, and my readings are expert and always combine Western and Vedic astrology, go to my Star Wheel Astrology website to book. And there is another point I'd like to make before we define the 5 pieces of the jigsaw, and that is that this is a time for healing our love relationship or for finding love, with Venus conjunct Rahu, the North Node, and Pluto and Lilith square that nodal axis. So do go, if you're looking for love, to my Love Star Dating new website, a worldwide dating site for those on a spiritual pathway searching for love. It's optionally supported by astrologers and healers. And please do note that unlike other new dating sites that start off with a few thousand bogus members, we chose to be genuine and started off with no members. So all you see there is genuine. So if you're on a spiritual pathway and seeking love, join the site. It's free to join, and soon there'll be thousands of members on a spiritual pathway seeking love. Okay, now let's turn to getting ready for this March 2023 new moon. Now, a new moon is the start of a lunation period. And the next new moon is actually in an eclipse. It's on the 6th of April, with the moon at 21 Virgo and the sun at 21 Pisces on the 6th of April. Dam burst energy. So hear that and use this March new moon to get ready, prepared, and on the path that's right for you. And as I said, there are 5 jigsaw pieces for each of us to put together to understand the very big energies of this new moon of March 2023 and to be selective and make the right decision. So the first part of the jigsaw is the sign where this sun and moon are. This March new moon is Sun and Moon at 6 degrees Pisces in the Vedic sidereal zodiac, in Uttarabhadra Nakshatra, the 26th of the 27 nakshatras or lunar signs of Vedic astrology. And by the way, in the Western tropical zodiac, that's 0 degrees Aries. Now it's actually in the Leopada, the Leo quarter of Uttarabhadra Nakshatra. And Leo is of course ruled by the sun, where ego rears its head. Uttarabhadra Nakshatra is powerful, even violent, and it straddles opposite aspects of your human behaviour, of my human behaviour. Because on the one hand, its power animal is the cow, which is nurturing, but on the other hand, its devata is Ahya Budhyana, the snake that dwells in deep waters, the serpent teacher. What a combination, the cow and the snake. And its symbol is the back legs of the coffin, or the back legs of the deathbed. So this and its devata, the snake teacher, signifies that we have to grasp its potential for exit from this world through spiritual maturity. You could say enlightenment, or through serpent death and rebirth. And death and rebirth of our present level of consciousness, and also through dreams, dreamlike states and vision work. And note, if you look at the chart, that Mercury, Sun, Moon and Neptune, all as a conjunction, are actually the apex of a psychic eye chart aspect shape. Could be very good to do vision work if that's your sort of thing. And the base of that psychic eye triangle is on the one hand Venus conjunct Rahu, which is sextile Saturn. And of course that's a harmonious combination of love, ambition and realism. Needed work. Rahu Venus, sextile Saturn, discipline and work. And do note that there is the most terrible star of destruction, Shayat, at an orb of just 1 degree to this sun and moon. So be sort of prepared positively. This is letting go of facets of our life, of things in our life that must be destroyed, so as to arise healed, with better perception and new. Now the second piece of this jigsaw is that we must be aware that Neptune, Mercury, Jupiter and Chiron are all of them in Vedic Pisces, as well as this sun and moon. 6 planets in Pisces. So this is a huge activation of Piscean sensitivity and vision. And with Neptune and Jupiter there, what capacity there is for vision, insights and openings. Pursue those and then make decisions and prioritise accordingly. Be open as you go into this lunation and as you go into your vision work. But it will be amazing what insights can land unexpected upon us at this time. So be open to that. And note also, the second piece of the jigsaw, that Jupiter is in the final nakshatra, the 27th nakshatra, which is Revati, whose deity is Pushan, the shepherd, who leads souls to God. And it's the nourishing face of the divine. But even more than that, please hear that Jupiter is conjunct Chiron in Revati. Chiron, the wounded healer. This conjunction of Jupiter-Chiron offers us healing and renewal of our broken faith. The chance to leave behind damaging scripts from our past, loose our fears, work on them and draw a line behind them, and then embrace our potential and stand and walk forward strong. Walk forward with faith in yourself. Walk forward with healing. Do any necessary healing work. Get a healing. Do the vision work, etc. Have a reading. Okay, let's go on to the third of the 5 pieces of the jigsaw. Goodness. I said it was big. The third part is activation of our incarnational life purpose, our fate and destiny in this life, the nodal axis. Ketu, the south node. An opposite, Rahu, the north node, the direction of our destiny path in this life. And Rahu is conjunct Venus. And Pluto is square the nodal axis, and Lilith is square the nodal axis, and Pluto and Lilith are still opposite each other. This is really huge. Venus is conjunct Rahu, the north node, at 11 degrees Vedic Aries, in Ashwini Nakshatra. So this will give us the courage to attempt romantic meeting or conquest, or indeed to revitalise our existing love relationship, to work together to heal its scripts. It's a big mixture of past life issues and people and future orientated karmic issues. And that's because Rahu is in Ashwini Nakshatra, which is ruled by Ketu. The nodes are mixed up. Past life issues and our incarnational future life direction in this time are getting melded together now. And of course, from that, we can do vision and healing work to really understand our destiny so much better, and to heal and put a line across scripts we no longer want to dominate us. They came from past life or earlier in this life. We're now leaving them behind. And be so aware that our power, including our buried power, and our all-important shadow and all that is in our shadow comes into this too. Because Pluto is square the nodal axis, Pluto is square Venus, of course, and opposite Pluto is Lilith, Pluto square Venus. Intense possibility of increasing our expression of love and our expression of our value. So this is a time to look into our shadow, to discover our power. And indeed, with Lilith square the nodal axis, getting needed contact with our wild side too, that was stuffed down into the shadow, probably when we were quite small. And indeed also to be ambitious for love, for new love relationship, and for the growth of existing love relationship. And remember, of course, that Ketu, the south node, at this time, is transiting through Vedic Libra, the sign of relationship. And this immense transit is bringing meltdown in certain relationship scripts and issues, but a meltdown that can actually give us great healing potential in the area of relationships for everyone, if we're open to it. And maybe prepared to dig deep into childhood experiences, past life experiences and destiny stuff. Ketu is transiting Swati Nakshatra, which is ruled by Rahu. Again, the past and the future all melding and in confluence. Be ambitious, each of us, to go forward aware that healing our earlier in this life issues and our past life issues is a great possibility at the time of the journey that starts with this new moon. Okay, we'll go on to the fourth of the 5 jigsaw parts. I want to make the point that this full moon is, of course, the day after the spring equinox on the 20th. So what came to my mind here, what is the spring equinox about? The rising warmth, the light of the sun. That's the energy we're in now at the time we process this new moon. It comes to my mind that so many of the ancient monuments of Ireland's first farmers, the Neolithic, around here where I live, are orientated to the equinoxes and the solstices. It is so important for each of us to align with the energies of our earth. And of course in the southern hemisphere it's the other way round. But for in the northern hemisphere, your sap rises now. Nurture that. Life is quickening now. Join that. Brave green shoots are arising now from the dark soil. Remember what I said about the shadow. Stretch, expand yourself now, awaken. Step forward, leave the cave of winter. These are really important things to say because this new moon occurs at the time of spring equinox. Although I'd add a small but very important caution that Mars is now transiting Gemini. It's at 4 degrees Gemini. So watch out for angry speech. Watch out for ranting and attack speech from others. Speech will be used less wisely with Mars in Gemini. Don't let verbal dramas, yours or other people's, spoil your intuitive openings, your growth, your selection of your healing and empowerment path. Don't let the verbal dramas spoil that. It could. Okay, we come to the 5th and final part of the jigsaw. And that is that Saturn, Lord of Karma, is at 7 degrees Aquarius. And Saturn is in the healing, metaphysical nakshatra of Shatabhishak. Now Lord Shani, Saturn, has practicality, diligence and hard work as his energy. Attune to that, as that can help us identify and preserve what is worth saving in our life now and what in fact we ought to want to discard so as to embrace the visionary potential of this new moon. This Saturn at 7 Aquarius has an energy that will help us have a more practical outlook. This Saturn can bring to termination negative karmas that may have dogged our whole life so far, because negative karmas that have dogged our life can be healed by vision work. This Saturn energy will help us manifest pending positive karmas that we also came in with, that can be so well expressed, certainly by our Western chart, but supremely by the Vedic birth chart and the Vargas, the divisional charts that are derived from the Vedic birth chart. Get a reading from me. It's amazing what openings and insights those charts bring. So, the Saturn energy of responsibility and hard work and practical outlook can help us come out of our vicious cycles now. So include in your understanding of this new moon and the lunation which starts Saturn, his practicality, his hard work. But there's a twist to that tale. We also have to balance in the energy of Uranus, which is revolution. Don't let Saturn destroy Uranus. Don't let Uranus destroy Saturn. Ride the two horses successfully. Uranus is now transiting Aries. And so it's the time to let go of your not life-supporting patterns. The patterns that are in conflict between your need for freedom and your equally important need to establish order, structure and direction in your life. So I hope this depiction of 5 jigsaw parts has been useful and that you can understand them, put them together and make wonderful choices at the time of this new moon. So you can go to my Star Wheel Astrology website to get a reading. You can go to my Love Star Dating website if you're on a spiritual pathway and seeking love. My wife, Maggie Pashley, offers many healings worldwide, and her website's www.maggiepashley.com. Please like my video channel and my blog. So, this is an opportunity for great vision